Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Decoding Hollywood. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so far. The movie whose plot we are discussing today is Mr. Brooks. In this video, I will tell you the story of this movie with the help of images. Mr. Brooks is a 2007 American psychological thriller film directed by Bruce Evans. In the star cast, we have Kevin Costner as Earl Brooks or the Thumbprint Killer, Demi Moore as Detective Tracy Atwood, Dane Cook as Mr. Smith, and William Hurt as Marshall, who is Mr. Brooks' psychological alter ego. Now let's talk about the story of the movie. Earl Brooks is a wealthy and respected businessman who lives a secret life as a serial murderer known as the Thumbprint Killer. Why the name Thumbprint Killer? I will tell you later on. Brooks has curbed his addiction to kill by attending 12-step meeting for over 2 years. But when Brooks' alter ego Marshall, who can only be seen by Brooks, urges him to resume his murderous compulsion, Brooks kills a young couple having sex in their bedroom. Brooks leaves each victim's bloody thumbprint on a lampshade. That is why he is called the Thumbprint Killer. After killing the couple, Brooks realizes that the bedroom curtains were open during murder, which he then closes. Brooks' daughter Jane unexpectedly arrives at Brooks' office and says that she has dropped out of school and wants to work in his company. Brooks tells her to talk to her mother and then they will decide what to do. The same day, a man calling himself Mr. Smith turns up at Brooks' office. He lives in the apartment across from the murdered couple and blackmails Brooks with photos he took during the crime. Mr. Smith demands to be with him during the next crime, which Brooks reluctantly agrees. Detective Tracy Atwood, who is investigating the thumbprint killings, is going through bad divorce as his husband was extorting money in the name of support and protection. Mr. Brooks learns from his wife that their daughter is pregnant. That is the reason for her dropout, which she denies. Soon after, the Brooks are visited by Palo Alto detectives investigating a murder in Jane's former campus dorm. Brooks realizes that Jane has committed the crime. He first considers allowing her to be caught to save her from becoming like him, though later changes his mind. Following this, he assumes a fake identity and commits a crime in Jane's campus to provide Jane an alibi. Brooks learns that Detective Tracy Atwood is very rich, and despite that, she is pursuing her career in law enforcement. Meanwhile, Detective Tracy Atwood was attacked by a fugitive named the Hangman, but she survives. After 3 failed attempts to fulfill his wish, Mr. Smith becomes very agitated, and then finally Mr. Brooks takes him to their targets, who are Jesse Viola, husband of Detective Tracy Atwood, and Sheila, who is the lawyer of Jesse. At the murder scene, Mr. Smith wets his pants, leaving his DNA to be discovered later. After leaving the scene, Mr. Smith pulls a gun on Brooks, which Brooks anticipated might happen. Brooks says he is unable to stop killing and plans to commit suicide and disappear. He then takes Smith to the cemetery where Brooks wants him to shoot and bury his body in an open grave. Smith attempts to shoot but fails as Brooks has taken out the firing pin earlier. He then tells Smith that he has changed his mind and wants to see his grandchild. He then kills Smith and buries him in an open grave. The urine from crime scene tied Smith to the Thumbprint Killer, and Brooks returned to his normal life. One day, Brooks calls Detective Atwood to know the reason why she became police officer. She then tells him that her wealthy father wanted a son and she needed to prove herself. That night, Brooks has a nightmare in which Jane murders him, suggesting he fears she will become like him. And this is the end. So this was Mr. Brooks, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. I would suggest you to please watch this movie. This is a great movie to watch. Very exciting and a very thrilling movie. Also, please leave comments below in the comment section. How can I improve my work? Thank you.